In the annals of history, few figures are as enigmatic and infamous as Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess. Born into Hungarian nobility in 1560, Elizabeth's life is shrouded in a dark and bloody legend that has both fascinated and horrified people for centuries. Elizabeth Bathory was born to George Bathory and Anna Bathory in a time when Hungary was part of the Habsburg Empire. Her family was one of the most powerful and influential in the region, boasting connections to royalty and nobility across Europe. Growing up in a castle nestled in the Carpathian Mountains, Elizabeth enjoyed all the privileges and luxuries that her noble birth afforded her. However, beneath the facade of aristocratic elegance lay a tumultuous family history. Elizabeth's uncle was Stephen Bathory, who would later become the King of Poland, and her cousin was the renowned Bathory warrior, György Thurzo. These connections would play a significant role in her life's trajectory. As Elizabeth entered her teenage years, she became known for her striking beauty and sharp intellect. Yet behind her captivating exterior lay a disturbing obsession with the idea of eternal youth and beauty. Rumors circulated about her penchant for bathing in the blood of virgins to maintain her looks, but these whispers were initially dismissed as mere gossip. It wasn't until Elizabeth's marriage to Count Ferenc Nadasdy, a decorated soldier, that her dark inclinations took a more sinister turn. Nadasdy's extensive military campaigns often kept him away from home, leaving Elizabeth to oversee their vast estates. It was during this time that her descent into madness seemed to accelerate. One of the most chilling aspects of Elizabeth Bathory's life is the series of gruesome murders attributed to her. According to historical accounts, Elizabeth began torturing and killing young servant girls, often selected from the nearby villages. She believed that bathing in their blood would grant her eternal youth and vitality. These murders were not isolated incidents, but rather a horrifying pattern that spanned many years. The girls were subjected to unspeakable acts of violence, including beatings, mutilation, and starvation, before their lives were ultimately extinguished. It is estimated that the Countess, aided by her loyal servants, was responsible for the deaths of hundreds of young girls. Elizabeth Bathory's reign of terror might have continued unabated had it not been for the bravery of one man, György Thurzo, her cousin, and a high-ranking official. Disturbed by the mounting evidence of Elizabeth's atrocities, Thurzo took it upon himself to investigate. In December 1610, he, along with other officials, stormed the castle and uncovered the horrifying truth. The evidence they found was overwhelming. Torture devices, blood-soaked clothing, and testimonies from survivors painted a chilling picture of the Countess's reign of terror. Elizabeth, along with her accomplices, was promptly arrested and put on trial. The trial of Elizabeth Bathory remains one of the most infamous in history. Although she was never actually put on trial in a formal court of law, her cousin György Thurzo conducted an informal investigation and interrogation. In 1611, Thurzo presented his findings to the Hungarian authorities, and Elizabeth Bathory was declared guilty of her heinous crimes. However, due to her noble status, Elizabeth was not subjected to the same brutal punishments as common criminals. Instead of execution, she was sentenced to life imprisonment within the confines of her own castle. She was walled up in a windowless room, with only a small slit through which food could be passed. In this dark and solitary confinement, Elizabeth Bathory spent her remaining years. The legacy of Elizabeth Bathory continues to be a subject of fascination and debate. Her crimes have inspired countless books, films, and works of art. Some see her as a sadistic monster, while others view her as a victim of her own circumstances and the expectations of her time. One controversial aspect of the Bathory legend is the question of the accuracy of the charges against her. Some historians argue that she was the target of a politically motivated conspiracy aimed at seizing her wealth and property. They suggest that her notoriety was exaggerated and that the stories of her bloodthirsty acts were fabrications designed to tarnish her family's name. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, occupies a dark and disturbing place in history. Her life is a chilling reminder of the capacity for cruelty that can exist even within the highest echelons of society. Whether she was a victim of her time's political intrigue or a sadistic killer, her story serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power and obsession. The legend of Elizabeth Bathory endures, a haunting narrative that continues to captivate the imagination and provoke debate. In the end, the truth of her life and crimes may forever remain obscured by the mists of history, leaving us to grapple with the enigma of the Blood Countess. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video where we will dwell into lesser-known insights from the past. Click subscribe button below if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you guys, and stay tuned.